Morning, Mr. K.
Yeah, good morning, Eric.
Yeah, so our today topic is what's the most five things you um yeah what are your five most satisfying things in college life?
Mm, yep.
And in previous conversation we discussed what is the five most regret things, and
Mm,
today we discuss the five most satisfying things. Hmm.
yep.
Yeah, so uh like last I would like to use a model like last time. First, do you find any patterns for these five things?
Mm, yep. Let me see. Okay. Yeah, I can find one of the pattern which is like to start to try and
Hmm.
do it.
Hmm. Yeah. So coincidentally, I also find my fighting is the pattern is also the trial and error. Yeah. And
Yeah.
okay, talk about um my things. Okay, the first thing is read a lot of book. The second is study hard,
Mm,
and then the third is continue to do the part-time job. Yeah, even though I only do the part-time job in the summer break.
mm,
Um, yeah, but unlike other people, that they just focus on the the study, and then when 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 there's a summer break, and then they rest. Yeah,
do
and
nothing
the
and play.
mm, yeah, and the fourth thing is learn investment, and then the last thing, I would like to say, um, yeah, maybe trying the law of attraction could be one of it. Yeah.
Oh.
Mm. But this is a small one.
Mm,
Yeah. Mm. Or maybe another thing could be is like learns uh learn how to do the workout. Yeah, because I learned all the all the nuances by myself. I didn't
mm,
like hire a coach to teach me how to do those. Mm.
mm.
Yeah. So how about yours?
Okay, for my one, yeah, the first one I would say is maybe the study loan. Yeah, when entering the college, yep, it actually costs a lot of money, and at that time, I uh used my UEC uh cert to enter the college. I didn't use my A levels. So at that time, I actually was quite uh surprised that I can get the PTPTN loan, which is the Malaysian's government study loan they provide. And uh, I expect maybe I can get like 20% or maybe 50%, but at the end, it ends up like I can get 80% of uh, the loan. Yep, and this is the first one I feel satisfying because not only like I'm lucky, actually if I really look back, it is because my UEC meet the requirements. I mean the result of my UEC. Uh, it it is not for everyone who hold the UEC cert, but your result should like meet some requirements. So I'm happy that I meet that requirement, and it also thanks to uh, the past, which is in the secondary school. I Even though I didn't really work so hard, but actually for example, like in the class, I actually pay attention. That is like I didn't pay attention in the class. I still pay attention, but just like I didn't spend much time, maybe do revision or preparing the exam. Yeah, that is something I didn't do, but I did pay attention in class. Yep,
Didn't you
and
attend the SPM exams?
yes, yeah, I did.
Then
Yep.
with the XPM search, why do you need rely on like the UEC search to get the PTPTN loans?
Yeah, because I think my SPM result wasn't that good. Uh, I I get more A's in UEC than
Mm,
SPM.
yeah.
Yep.
But how many subjects you fail in SPM?
I actually I remember I didn't fail any. Fail yeah, I didn't fail any. I just get a lot of like C, D, and then I got uh one one A in mathematics.
Yeah.
Yep, something like that.
What is a D? Is it
Uh,
English?
no, English. Seems like I get a B
Mm,
minus or C plus. I forgot.
mm. Yeah, I think you should be okay because many people so far I know mm, have a worse result than you, but they successfully apply and get the PTPTN loans.
Mm. Yeah,
Mm.
for how many percent? Also for like 80%.
Okay, the
Mm.
percentage is actually according to your family uh well level. Yeah.
Oh, do you mean
Sorry,
that if you have lower income
I
levels,
think
you
yeah,
will
I
get
think
more?
it should be according to the income level. Yeah, it should be according to income level, not the well level. Mm.
Oh, I see. Yep. Yeah,
Yeah,
suddenly I
so
remember at that
mm,
time I put my father's or not father's, my
mm,
family income 3,000 so that I
yeah,
can get so much loan.
mm. And
Yep.
many people do that.
Mm.
Mm.
Yep.
And maximum you can only get like yeah, it's something like 80%. Actually,
Mm.
you should be able to get 100% just because. Wait a minute. Do you mean 80% to cover your college fee, or do you mean 80% of the maximum PTPTN loans?
Uh, 80% to cover my college fee.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, at that time the fee is
Then
around 50K.
yeah. I think you shouldn't look things like this because how much do you get? Is it like 40 plus K?
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is the highest. Yeah.
Oh.
PTPTNs for our subject for our this college um, college degree
Mm.
UOL maximum PTPN loans is about 41 or 42K. This is the maximum.
Oh, I see.
Mm. Yeah,
Mm.
of course, for other subject, maybe you go to the Utah, some half private, half public, or the fully public universities. The loans can cover more than 100%. Yeah,
Oh.
why more than 100%? The additional 10 or 20% you can use it to cover your living costs.
Mm.
Mm,
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah. So do you still satisfy your result?
Um, yeah, I think actually this one study loan, uh, yeah, because five satisfying things I kind of like couldn't get five, so I think I include this. Not
Mm.
really satisfying very much because I still have to pay the college fee, pay the loan after that. Yeah, if I manage to like uh get very good result in college and don't have to pay the college fee, that will be uh really like satisfying.
Yeah.
Mm,
But I mean, just now your example is you study hard and then you successfully get a PTPN loans. But right now you should know that almost everyone can get a
yeah.
maximum amount, and also even though you get a bad result in is it UEC or something like that, and
Yeah.
you can use your SPN result to apply the PTPN loans, and most
Mm,
of them get the full amount.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
to
I
me,
think that's
yeah. So to me, it's just maybe you didn't ask people, maybe you didn't do research, and then you end up going a wrong direction. And also, some of your friends also didn't do research,
mm,
and they they go at the wrong directions, and
yeah.
then blame themselves, blame themselves not working
Mm,
hard enough. Yeah, of
yeah.
course. You should work hard, you should study hard, but you should work on the right direction,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Mm, yeah. Because at that time, really, I didn't did much research, and I just know that few of my friends they couldn't get the full loan amount. Some of them to completely uh, didn't apply for the loan. I don't know the reason. Yep. So
Are
I
they uh is their family rich?
um in my memory, not really.
Mm,
Mm, yep.
if you couldn't get the full amount, the maximum amount of the loans, there's only one reason, which is your family income level is higher.
Mm,
This is the standard.
yep.
Is it regardless to your
Result.
academic result? Yeah.
Yep.
If that is the
Yep.
case, look at how many Malay in our country, why they still can get the full PTPTN loans.
Mm,
You may say, okay, this is a race, this is the race problem. Yeah, you are right, race problem. But in this case, the standard is there. They just don't have the result taken into consideration. If for Chinese, you need to take for the result, you need to consider result. For Malay, you don't need to consider result.
mm,
This is just totally not fair. Of
yep.
course, the system is not fair, but they will not show the unfair on the surface. Yeah.
Yep. It is like the requirement is not fair, but if you meet your requirement, you still can get it, right?
What do you
Is,
mean?
is it what you want to say? It is like the requirement for Chinese and Malay requirement for different race are different. It is not fair. But if you meet the requirement, you still can get the loan. This is somehow uh, fair. Do you mean this?
Uh, this is another perspective. Okay, but this is not what I mean. What I mean is on the black and white. You look at the documentation. Everything is well stated. There's no races. There's no double standards for Malay, for Indian, for Chinese. But it doesn't mean that they cannot do the filter in the background.
Mm,
Do you get what I mean? Yeah, they don't have to they don't have to manipulate the result by show you how they manipulate. They manipulate privately.
yeah.
Mm. And also, if you look at, for example, many of the Chinese couldn't go to public university, or they couldn't go to their desired public university. But most of
Yep.
the Malay, they are able to do that. Yeah. Although there's no something like the double standard, and then the documentation is well stated. For example, our current population, for example, is like 70% of Malay, like 20% of Chinese, like 10% of others. Yeah,
Yep.
so the government used this to set the rules. So 70% of Malay, yeah, they give 70% quota for Malay, 20% to Chinese, or 10% to India. But most of the time, you still can see there's some unfair here, because they don't base on result. And then the second thing, they may still do some manipulation, do some tricky things in the background. And then end up maybe Chinese is still 20%. Okay, but Chinese compete with Chinese, Malay is compete with Malay, other races is compete with other races. So what if the top 100, let's say in a public university, because this is a very famous one, and many of the Chinese want to enter the public university.
Yeah.
Let's say 10,000 want to enter the public university, and 1,000 Chinese get a strict A+.
Okay.
But you can but you only have 100 quota for the 20%. Yeah, how is it going to work? Everyone academic result is the same, strict A. How do you choose? So maybe you heard some people say, oh, they get a strict A star, but they couldn't enter the university they desire to enter. Maybe it's just a competition. Maybe it's not unfair. Yeah, of course, there's some unfair here, because many of the Malay, they don't get strict A+. But the system is like this. You need to know the system, then you can play the game well. If you don't understand the system and you blame the system, it's just stupidity.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this is also another perspective to look at the things, which is having the good intention. And having good intention is like to see the reality. Yeah.
Yeah, I think for this one, you continue. Anything you want to talk about this?
Yeah, and some people think the government is unfair. They want to hurt Chinese. No, they don't want to hurt Chinese, but they want to protect Malay. Protect Malay doesn't mean hurt Chinese. Yeah. So this is their intention. They want to protect the poor. They want to protect the Malay, but it doesn't mean that they hurt you purposely. This is their trade-off. But if there is a choice for them, one choice is hurt Chinese, another choice is do nothing. What choice they would do? Would they hurt Chinese instead of do nothing? Choose between them.
They hurt the Chinese for what?
Yeah, for what? You hurt Chinese leave the country, and your GDP drop, your taxation income receipt, your taxation receipt reduce. You have less budget. You have less budget to help the poor, to help your Malay. Why they want to hurt Chinese? They rely on Chinese to generate the taxation for them to help the poor. Why government want to hurt the rich if there's no other benefits? So having the good intention, try to see the reality by having the good intention. Yeah, so go ahead.
Okay, so go ahead to my second point. My second point, which I feel satisfied, is I did my first startup. Yeah, for this one, at that time I did the startup with my few of my friends, and then I wouldn't say it is a success. On the other hand, I think it was a lesson for me to learn quite a lot of things because it is not really successful. Yep.
And what is a startup? Is this e-commerce one?
E-commerce is after that. When I was in college, it is actually is like the events, and then you set up a booth, and then you can sell the things in the shopping malls. At that time, my events is relate to Chinese New Year, so I sell the cookies and some other related things. Yep.
Yeah, and how about the e-commerce? Because I heard the story before, but I forget already.
Yeah, for e-commerce, I also with two or three of my friends, and then we actually what we do is like we buy things from the wholesaler, which is the Chinese. It is from China. The website is called 1688. I think it is the supplier for many Taobao seller. Yep.
Yeah.
And then we also buy things from there, and then we sell online. At that time, Shopee and Lazada isn't really that popular and common. So actually, we use our platform is Facebook and Instagram. Yeah, we post advertisement on Facebook and Instagram, and then we sell something. Yeah, many things we sell.
Yeah. So, what is it going on? How is it going on?
Yeah, I think for that one, is I think for that one I didn't do it well. It is like requires many trials and errors. Mostly is about what to sell, and also how well you did the advertisement targeting. Yeah. Yeah, I think these two things is the key. Like, did you sell the right things, which is like will generate you a lot of sales and you get a big profit. I mean, profit margin will is bigger. Do you choose the correct products? This is the first key. Second key is how well you did the advertisement. Do you target the right customer? Otherwise, if you didn't do it well, you couldn't get sales.
So is there any lesson from the startup?
E-commerce, I think, yeah, I think maybe like taking more seriously in advertisement, because that really matter. You know why? Because at that time I and my friend, sometimes we sell the same thing. Sometimes because we have different page, so that we are not like, sometimes we are not doing together, and sometimes my friend can do it well, but I couldn't. Yeah, the same product. So the difference is the targeting. Yeah, so that's really one of the things that contribute to e-commerce when you want to do your business online, advertisement, targeting, all those marketing things is really important.
I'm quite confused. This is mm, how many partner you have? Are you do the business together?
Uh, Not together. It is just like uh, we learn together and we exchange experience. But a few of things we also manage together. For example, we have a page which all of us manage the page together.
Mm,
And beside this, we also have some of the page which is belong to ourselves,
mm,
belong to me only, so they didn't uh, manage my page.
I see. Mm.
Mm, yeah.
So how is other people still doing the thing? How, if not how much they uh it means um okay, what I want to say is do they quit very quickly, or do they do the e-commerce for quite a long time?
Okay. All of us, for me, I think I quit quite early. I quit like after around 3 months. I quit,
Mm,
and one of my friend, continued to do that. But I think they didn't last for more than half year. It's like 6 months only. They also
mm.
quit. Yep.
So only two of you try the thing, do the thing.
Uh, yeah, I think it's four if you want to
Oh,
add all together,
mm,
four of us. Yeah,
I
they're
see.
actually the same friends as we did a startup in the shopping mall. Yeah, they're the same group of friends.
Oh, I see. Mm. So do you break even?
Uh, for which one? The e-commerce.
Mm,
E-commerce here. Um, I think one of the good thing is I don't have to like to stock to keep the stock.
mm,
I actually like received the order and I started to order from 1688.com, and so that at that time actually I keep zero stock. So that is not a problem, and maybe it incurred some fees to learn, because to do that we actually attend some courses.
mm,
The courses fee is like uh it's like around 1,000 at that time. So I think
mm,
break even or not, I think maybe I lose. Yeah, I only earn like a few hundred.
mm.
Mm. The
But how about the advertisements cost?
the advertisement, yeah, you're right. Advertisement uh require cost,
Mm,
and at that time I think yeah, I shouldn't ignore advertisement cost. For one day around at that time I around spend like 3 ringgit per day for advertisement. So
mm,
add up together, I think it is around like 100 ringgit
mm.
for advertisement.
Yeah, and this is still quite cheap because I heard one of my friend, uh yeah, one of our common friends,
Mm,
he also do something like post advertisements on
yeah.
Facebook,
Mm,
and then he say that he kind of like annual, I forget his annual advertisement spending is more than like six figure, something like that.
wow. Wow, that is
Mm,
a big business.
mm,
Mm,
yeah, but
yeah.
I don't know how much he actually earned.
Mm,
Mm,
yeah. Yeah, for this one, I remember that Facebook advertisement, the cost is calculated based on the number of views. So because many of my advertisement is not successful, so it really has very little views, so they didn't charge me much for that. So maybe your friend,
I
they did
I
the
think it's
ads quite well.
I think it's not based on view. It's based on the CPM. It's something like the
Click.
click per charge, something like that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
The view, there's a technical terms which is using the view divide divided by the click, or use a click divided by the view. So this means you can see whether your advertisement is attractive or not. If let's say the something like the CPM divided by the view, then
Yep.
you get the rate. This should be the percentage. Maximum is 100%.
Yep.
And if let's say is you only got the 10%, that means 90% of the people who score, who actually did see your advertisements, but they just directly scroll
Didn't
down.
click in.
Yeah, they didn't click in. So that
Mm.
means your advertisement in the front page is not attractive, and the internet company will not charge you that money. They only charge when you click.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah. So before that, I add in more for the startup, especially the one in the shopping mall. I think what I learned is at that time I overestimate. I think it is easy to like have a startup to sell something in the shopping mall, and it is not difficult to earn money because there are so many customers we can see every year to buy the things in this kind of event. But when we really do that, we found that there are a lot of things to take care of. For example, there are bigger things like you need to do the calculation, the prediction, the planning, all kind of things, and also the small things we also need to take care of, which is like your promoter, how they sell products, and then also like something like how you design, how you set up the booth, and then which product need to be displayed at the front, and which there are a lot of big and small things to do, especially for kind of like the newbie in this in every business. Yeah, it's really not easy. Yeah, I think also for startup, I uh, I am uh, right now I don't overestimate so much. Yeah, this is I think what I learned from this. Yep,
Yeah. And do you have any plan to do a startup in futures? If you have a plan, what's the industry, or what's the company, what's the basic activities?
Yeah, if it has, maybe it's like still related to my current job, teaching, and if I have the chance to do that, uh, I think I would like make it online instead of uh like rent a place, because the rental is much more higher than if you do that online. Yeah, at that time the rental fee is like 8,000 just for 1 month. A small booth, a small place in the shopping mall. You can see how expensive it is. Yep.
Yeah. So what a startup will look like? I mean, you say teaching online, how it will look like?
Um,
Is there any big difference than what you are doing currently?
yes, yeah, it's a big difference. Uh, yeah, I hope that I can do like the teaching for targeting the whole country, which is like the online class, and then uh, maybe I can give some maybe free the free lesson webinar, and then everybody come and join. I give the free lesson, and then after that, at the end of the lesson, I kind of like promote my class, and then see who want to join. Yeah, something like that. Yeah, just like any other uh, teaching teaching class. Yeah, they all do like that, like this, right? Give a free class and to give you maybe some tips to learn, and then after that they provide the courses. If you want to subscribe, then you will you can do that.
You mean a formal classes, is it?
Yep.
Yeah. So do you preparing for that?
In the current moment, I think no, not yet.
Why is the reasons?
Yeah, the reason I think is mainly because of my my uh my special specialty. I'm not sure there's the term uh in this career. I'm not professional enough. Yeah,
But how do
because
you know you are professional enough?
Okay, if I compare, if sometimes I do like join the classes, especially the classes related to like teaching English. I do join to see how they conduct the free lesson, and then also to see how do they teach the class. And if I compare them to myself, yeah, I can feel like uh, yeah, I'm still a learner, yeah, to them. So I think I need to upgrade myself first. Yep.
So how much time do you need?
Yeah, actually, I'm not sure. I think it may cost like at least it may cost more than 3 years. Yeah, in order to reach maybe their levels.
But do you think it, like in this calm moments, keep the same pace and do the same thing, gain the experience at the same speed? You need 3 years, but if you change your way to learn things by just doing the trial and error, just like the pattern you mentioned just now, how much time you actually need?
Do you mean that instead of waiting until I got it and start to do it, I can actually start doing maybe sooner? Is it like that?
Yeah.
Yep.
Don't you have the chance to do it?
Yeah, I think for that kind of online class, everybody has the chance to do that. If you want to like have a webinar, yeah, everybody can try it, because I believe it is not expensive. The cost will be just a little. The problem is whether you make you did it successfully, you get your sales, something like that, and then whether you do provide what they want, yeah, you do provide values.
Yeah. So are you saying that you want to accumulate enough experience, and then after that you start to do it, and then the first time you do it you will be successful? Do you expect something like this?
Not really, not first time.
Then
Yeah, after
then just now you say you need to spend 3 years to learn. So what's those learning included? Is
okay,
it just
those
yeah.
learning I think include two parts. The first part is my knowledge about English. The second part is right now I actually didn't have like a good framework of my teaching, because right now I actually teach according to the textbook used in the school, and then uh, the student from from which school, I just use the textbook from that school. Uh, yeah, this is the study material I got. But for what I want to do is actually like to target uh, the Malaysians. Yep, and then I want to teach something practical, which is like mainly focus on like speaking, and then you can use it every day. Also for writing also, because we do write something. Yeah, this is what I will plan to do, and right now I still haven't like started to think of uh, the framework, what to teach, and then uh, like the whole overview of the course. I haven't start to do that.
But how to improve your English conversation? And if you have, if somebody seek for your advice, they want to improve their English. Is this something you say just now? Is this the English conversation, the speaking, practical, and also the writing?
Mm.
Yeah. So if they want to improve their English conversation skill and also the writing skill, they seek for your advice.
Mm.
How do you recommend them?
Right now at the moment, I think they should create an environment. The environment can allow him to listen, and most importantly, they can speak. Yep, they can involve in speaking, communicating. So it's listen and speaking at the same time. Yeah, the
What kind of
environment.
environment? What kind of environment they need?
Yeah, if it can be like physical, and it can also be like online. For example, physical, you can, if you can speak English in your workplace, then that will be good. If
How
you
about the
couldn't,
virtual one? How
yeah, the
about the
virtual
virtual
one.
one?
The virtual one actually, right now there are a few platform you can like chat with other people in other country also. You can like uh do the screening. You can choose the language. You can choose what countries of what countries of people you want to talk to. Yep, and you can also choose maybe the gender. Uh, those are many of them didn't cost much, so you can like do that.
Cost some money, is it?
Yeah, some money. If you don't want to do that, you can also do like what we are doing right now. You find your friends. Many of the people, they like to uh, really they like to learn how to speak, so it is not really difficult to find a friend to speak English.
But many of the people will not like us determined for more than 2 years, for around 2 years.
Yep.
And in the foreseeable future, we'll still keep doing it. Yeah, so
Yep.
yeah, just now you also talk about you can check with others and you can pay some fees and talk to other people. And do you have you did that before?
With others, honestly, no, haven't tried yet.
Just now you means you find some platform and then you can like chat with like the Caucasians, and then maybe you pay some little fee. Is something like that improve, or maybe talk to them. You have something like the Zoom. You have something like the meeting, and then yeah. Is it something like that?
Yep, you can see them, they can see you, and then strangers totally. But I think most of the apps, one of the apps I saw from the advertisement is like, they give you some free coins, like 200 coins, and then
Mm,
every chat maybe you spend you like 10 coins. After you use up all the coins, you have to top up
mm,
by paying money and then to buy the coins,
mm.
something like
Have you
that.
tried? Yeah, have you tried that before?
Yeah, I also know. Yeah, I just saw the advertisement.
Mm.
Yeah.
Do you think it is effective or not?
I think for like beginner, maybe it is not really effective. Uh, um, yeah, but you can also say it's effective, but you need to choose. Uh, you need to choose because I think for a beginner, really, really beginner, uh, they couldn't like choose somebody who is uh truly native, and then
Mm.
because it depends on the counterparty. Do they want to spend the time, the patience to talk to you if you speak like that? Uh,
Sure,
they
you pay the money, then sure, right?
but that is something like the matching. The counterparty also pay money.
Oh,
Yeah,
why they
they
pay money?
that is a platform for chatting. So if you want to chat with someone, then you pay five
Oh, I
coins
see.
in the apps, and then the other parties also pay 5 coins, and then they randomly match two people all
I
around the
see.
world.
So like talk to a beautiful girl, something like that.
Yeah, you can choose the gender.
Mm.
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, actually,
But it's
I did try once. I did download the apps, and I did click. I at that time don't know. I just like click, click, click. I just see what is that, and what appeared to me is like actually a a, a Caucasians. It is a female. It is young. She's young. She's like 20 something, and at that time I just suddenly shocked and I clicked. Yeah, because
yeah,
I
I
didn't
think
expect
yeah,
it is like
yeah.
that.
If this is the case, I think this is a very difficult environment for to learn
Yeah,
English, is it?
yep, yep. For beginner
Yeah.
especially.
No, mm, okay. How do you define beginner? Like you, like me?
For me, I think we are more than beginner. We are intermediate already.
Then then do you think this is a good environment for you to learn English?
Actually, I think it is not really bad. It's just because uh,
I think
um,
there's one problem because uh, this is a stranger and the conversation is almost the same. How are you today? What are you doing?
yep,
Where you come from? Something like that.
mm,
How many uh, how many siblings do you have? What's your job? Something like that.
mm,
So it's really kind of like so boring. So yeah, if you can say I can learn English, I can try to explore some different topic, but what is a variety you can have?
yep. Not
Mm,
to the
com-
extent like what we are discussing right now, right?
mm,
If you
yeah,
ask them to like discuss a few of our topics, maybe they feel like, oh, it's quite strange, too
mm,
serious.
yeah, and also this is so boring. When it is so boring, you will not do it anymore,
Mm, yep.
right?
Mm,
And people want to learn English, but they don't want to get the benefit from only the improvement of English conversation ability.
mm, yep.
If you can provide them other benefits, maybe joy, maybe some others, they will stick with it.
Yep.
Just like we create an environment, try to imagine every day we talk about our daily life.
Mm,
Yeah, how
yep.
many days we can sustain?
Yeah, I will have nothing to say because sometimes every day is quite the same. Go to work.
Mm, yeah, yeah. So how about if you think another way of our topic? We um we don't need thinking to discuss. We don't need to involve thinking to discuss. How many days we will like be determined. It's also a problem.
Yep,
Mm.
you're right.
Because the first thing is you will not talk long. You will not talk deep. Just like our average hours of conversation is like 1 hour. What if you only talk 10 minutes per day and not deep? Every time you just touch the surface. You didn't go deep and go into your mind, trying to find out what you want to say, how to convert your thinking in your mind to the real conversation, and try to let other people understand what you're trying to say.
Yep.
Yeah. So if this is the case, instead of teach them, quote unquote, teach them the practical English, why don't you create an environment? Why don't you try to think the most effective, the most important thing to improve English conversation, to improve the writing, and you say environment. So what's the best environment? Can you create it and let them join?
Yep.
Yeah, and this is your unique, right?
And for right now, what I can think of is, if I get a group of customers, and then I can somehow create some platform, and then I can create some interaction between them, maybe to match any of two from them. Yeah, and then they can discuss the topic that I provide. Right now I can think of some rough ideas.
Yeah, you also can provide many facilities. For example, our English conversation list, they can use this so they don't feel very difficult to interact with each other, how to form a topic, something like that.
Yep.
You can also give them the advice. You can also advise them to upload their conversation to YouTube. Yeah, you can also give them the code, automatically process the video, something like that, and then let them engage in the process. So that initially you provide the environment, but after sometimes they create their own environment. If you think what we are doing right now is a very good approach, if you think this is a good approach, how to let people do the thing we are doing, or how to improve? Maybe some of our part is unnecessary, or maybe some of our part need to improve, need to add some new thing, some variety. For example, two people talking with each other is maybe for some other people they don't have the ability. But if you add in more people and they have more idea, they can talk more. So a lot of variety, a lot of trial and error can be done at here, how to create the best environment. And if you found and during this process, if you successfully found the best environment, or the most suitable environment, first, this is your unique. You can provide, and also as more people join, you gain the network effect. Even though other people can see what you're doing, but they cannot outperform you because you already have the network. And the second is you can improve your English ability because you can understand what kind of environment you need to break the bottleneck. And you can become a very good advisor, how to help people adjust the environment and learn better. Wouldn't it
Yeah.
wouldn't it is a better idea than create an online course just like other people teach some what I want to say is something like the adult English conversation, but it's not that adult, it's not the 18 plus. What I mean is like kind of like the business class English conversation. There are ton of them already.
Yeah.
And you cannot compete with the native speakers and with some really professional organization company that do it. In China, this is highly competitive environment, and
Yeah.
every of them know to sell online, and they have to sell online. They also want to sell online. They hire the best teacher.
Yep.
They hire the best teacher. They give
Native
the high
speaker.
And not necessarily native speaker, but the Chinese can speak the English like a native speaker.
Yeah. One of the app that I'm using right now, they actually hire native English teacher, but the teacher can also speak a little Chinese.
Yeah.
Yep.
They can pay very high salary for them to do that. Give them the incentive.
Yep.
To stronger their network. How can you compete with them with just one people? If you want to aim for the online class.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you have any plan want to do it, I'm willing to try with you.
Yep. Yeah, and thank you for your suggestion and advice.
Yeah. So is this your third one or fourth one?
This is sorry, it's only the second one.
Oh, yeah, never mind.
Yeah,
go ahead.
It's going to get late, right? The third one is in the college I actually have the environment in Mr. Allen's class, one of our lecture, to open up in the lesson. Open up means to express my opinion in the class, and I think this is somehow weird in Malaysia because it is uncommon. It is uncommon in the class. You can like express your opinion so often. Of course, you can like raise your hand and then to ask, but if nobody do that, you won't do that. It is like quite weird to disrupt or to interrupt the lesson. I'm also not sure whether the teacher would like you to do that, would like to see that. But in Mr. Allen's class, he liked to ask the students about the opinion of what is related to the lesson. And even though this is like passive, it is not like active. They call the student instead of the student take initiative to ask. But because he keep asking, he keep ask students to do that. So I think I have the chance to like actually express the opinion. I actually like this in the class, but actually some of my friends, they don't like it. They say, oh, I feel so stressful because I have to like keep thinking during the lesson, and then I was afraid, what if Mr. Allen call me, I have nothing to say. Yes, some of my friends told me like that, but actually for me, I think I like this kind of teaching style. And beside this open up, also because the class is conducted using English, that is also my kind of like first few times really speak English to say something. Yep. So it's like the first few times that I really express my opinion or express something I want to say in English. Yeah.
Mm.
Yep. So this is the third one. Yep. The fourth one is I live outside. I didn't live in my house. Even though I still go back like for dinner, sometimes for breakfast. Yeah. But for me actually I was too dependent, I can feel, on my family. Yep. And uh that gave me a chance to like live alone. Actually with my brother, just two of us, we rent uh the rooms outside.
Yeah, I think
Yep.
being independent means being financially independent and also being like uh have a sense that you don't need to rely on other people. There's no restriction for you to go anywhere. And this
Mm,
is very good for ourselves.
mm,
And before I came to Singapore, I actually have a mindset that yeah, I have so many things to learn. If I want to go to Singapore and
mm.
live with myself, I need to learn
Yep.
how to like wash wash the clothes. Okay, but
Mm,
actually it's so easy. It's just two buttons. Told you
yep.
before. Yeah, just two buttons. And I can ask. Yeah, and I can ask my mother how to do it.
Mm, yep.
And cooking is also, yeah, actually many things is just trial and error. And if you mess up one time, it's not going to kill you,
Mm,
right?
yep. Yep.
And for example, if you mess up, mm, if, if you mess up when you wash the clothes, maybe you put too much the detergent powder,
Detergent. Yep.
yeah, or maybe you put too little. And what you're going to do? Just wash another time,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yep.
So it doesn't hurt you. It yeah, it's just trial and error. And cooking, you just need to know that how to not burn the kitchen, then you'll be fine, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Keep it conscious. Learn
Yeah.
how to
Never
not.
mind. Never mind if you burn the food.
Yeah, yeah. So sometimes we are too dependent, and then it create a mental cost to us, which is we cannot go forward. But actually, it's just require a very very little trial and error, and we just know how to avoid doing the stupid things. We don't need to
Mm,
do the best. We don't need to do the most clever thing. We just need to
yep.
try to avoid to do the stupid thing. It's very very easy. There are many guidance you can follow. The
Yep.
timeless principle. Yeah, yeah, and by having the mindset that you don't need to rely on anyone, you can be independent if you want to. You can reduce your mental cost of almost every aspect, and
Mm,
you will think like you can really do anything if you really want to do.
mm,
You don't give yourself the you don't have the limits for yourself. Yeah, so
yeah.
I think this is very important. Even though just like live outside and cook for yourself, maybe know how to deal with the landlord.
Mm,
Yeah, how to pay the water and
bill.
electricity, which is the utility bill, by yourself.
Mm, yep.
How to sign up internet broadband, or how to deal with them if there's if there's any internet shutdown.
Mm, yep.
Yeah, how to which number to call, everything. It's also same as like the when you're driving the car. If you know that what should you do when you face the car accident, and you
Mm,
know that you don't need to call your mother, your parents, your friends to come and help you, and you know some basic, you try to prepare, try to rehearsal, do the rehearsal.
mm, Yeah,
Yeah.
know what to do, take the photos, and
And
then maybe go to the place which is safe and not
yeah.
standing behind the car, something like that.
Yeah, and maybe put some important tools on in your car, so when there's really a car accident, the tools can help you.
Yep.
Yeah, so by doing all these preparation, you also can increase your independence. Yeah, of course you need to try also. Trial and error is the most important thing. By coming out from your comfortable zones. Of course, this is a choice. Yeah, it's just a choice. You can still be dependent. If you have the ability, you can leverage your ability, and you don't need to be independent. Let's say you are a very, very beautiful girl. You just need to find a very rich man to marry. Maybe this is your choice, and then yeah, you have the mate to help you do everything. And you don't need to be independent. And you can spend your time to think how to maintain my advantage, how to maintain my edge. Yeah, even though the rich man want to divorce with me, I still have maybe a significant amount of wealth.
Savings.
Yeah, maybe from the inheritance. Generate. Sorry, this is not inheritance. It's called a alimony, something like that, if I'm not wrong. Yeah. Yeah, the fee to pay you maybe every month, or the one time fee to split the wealth. Yeah, and you can think
like
in this way. So
right?
yeah, compensation. And you can rely on the dependent. Yeah, actually every one of us, we are too dependent on the free market, but it may not be the bad thing, because we can spend our time on the most productive area. Yeah, so it's just a choice. Yeah, but yeah, of course, I still think by having a sense that you can be independent, you can do whatever thing you can do, you don't have the limit for yourself. It's a good try. Yeah, you can reduce your mental cost. Yeah, what's the last thing?
Yeah, the last thing is actually quite related to the fourth, which is like to use my own money. For here, I don't mean financially independent. It's not like that. It's just I started to earn money and then use my own money. Yeah, before that, when I wasn't work, where did my money come from? Yeah, it's all from my parents. And after using my own money, that is a different feeling. Yep. You will feel like how much you earn and then how much you use. Instead of like unlimited one, when you ask for your parents, you get it. If you don't ask, you don't. Yeah, this is like to really treat money as your own money.
Yeah, it's a very important thing. And I remember you asked me one question, is something like my parents didn't do a lot of things, didn't like educate me a lot, but how I educate myself, and also what make me have the desire, have the chance to educate myself. And one of the reason I tell you that I think my parents do it very, very well is kind of like cultivate the saving habits of mine.
Yeah, I still remember that topic.
And also yeah, like my mother, they don't buy me anything. If I want to buy the games, yeah, the game device, electronic device, I have to pay for myself. There's no argument.
Yeah, save up for that.
And she just ignore, no matter how loud I scold her, no matter how many times I beg her. It's just, yeah, she just ignore, because really don't have that financial ability to buy you the thing every time again and again and again. Small thing can, yeah, but big thing cannot. And you want big thing, you don't want small thing.
Yep.
So I think this is a very important lesson for me, and also I also write the article which talk about this. Cultivate the mindset. Let them to save money. Let them to plan for themselves. Yeah, let them start to think. If they want to buy something, they need to plan for themselves. They need to save money. How many days they need to save? Is it worth? If I need to spend 10 years to buy an expensive toy, would I do that? No. How to exchange? How to find the substitutes? Yeah, believe it or not, many people still don't know how to find a substitute. They just think, I want this thing, but actually you can spend lesser time to get lesser happiness, and this is substitution.
Yep.
And you can use the additional money to do some other thing, maybe give you some peace. Yeah, many people still don't know how to do the trade-off in their mind. How to balance the happiness of the pleasure, the utility.
Really. Yep. Yeah, just take for the phone, smartphone, for example. Some of them, like, they want to buy iPhone every time. It's expensive. Actually, they can like spend the money, like half of the money to buy phone, the other half to do other things. Can also give you maybe similar utilities level.
Or sometimes you just think that the additional function is just unnecessary. You just cut the cost. And for example, some people say, why you buy iPhone? Yeah, I got the best hardware, and also the best quality of phones, and I can use for 5 years. Yeah, you are right. But what's the utility you get from the specialized or the improved, highly improved hardware? What's the utility you get from? And you can use it 5 years, but a normal phone can, if you want, you can also use 2 to 3 years, and you can change 2 phones. You can change 2 phones, and the iPhone you need to use for 5 years. You have the kind of like the switching cost, because you have spent too much money on that. And I can keep changing the phone every 2 years, every 3 years. And at the end, you might. And at the end, maybe my hardware is better than you after 5 years.
What I want to say is, don't forget the risk. If you buy an expensive phone, what about if you lost your phone?
Yeah, it's also okay. Do you want to buy insurance on that? Yeah. Right. So it can apply on any big item, for example, cars. Of course, this is just a choice. Okay, yeah. Anything want to add in?
No more for my sharing.
Okay, talk to you tomorrow.
Yeah, talk to you tomorrow, Eric.